Okay.
Great. Great, great, great. So this one is Shaka Gohan versus Saki. So I haven't seen much of Shaka Gohan's Puyo play, except that
Yes.
they're really strong. And then I think we know Saki though.
Yeah, I know at least a handful about Saki because I took a lot of their submarine strats at the time and like the diving tails when I was learning a lot of PvT.
Interesting. Wow, that was a super
And
aggro start. I guess it's like early advantage though. Oh, yep, okay, that's
yeah,
crazy. How did Saki get there so fast? I felt like the game just started and he already was like firing off some stuff. What in the world?
yeah, because he finished his core GTR extremely quickly,
Okay.
and it's like okay, here's like pretty normal.
So that's like, yeah.
Okay, the hook on the okay, this
So it's
makes
like
sense to me.
these L shapes on the tail are really powerful. I don't see it get
Yeah,
used very much, but it's probably something to like make a note of already.
yeah, it's nice too because like the
Yeah,
blue and purple still work on its main chain, and
exactly.
it's just okay.
And then that's because like yeah, Sekohana was just like not ready yet with anything. I guess
Yeah,
they could have put the blue here and then it's like yellow on top, but that's about it. Like this is not
yeah,
much of a commitment.
agreed. And they still keep like the purple L shape on top too,
Exactly.
so they don't even need to like sweat.
That's it. If they wanted to follow up like even faster, they could like pop this.
Yeah. And then they get just a nice cue for the yellow, red, blue.
That's so nasty.
Yeah, probably it's just like all the L shapes are actually so clutch.
Yeah.
I
That's
didn't
super
I mean
oppressive.
kind of
Good dig, but like yeah, like Saki just
wow.
realized that they had advantage. What the perfect cancel's insane.
Which is like I'm really unfortunate because they would have liked to at least covered some part of Saki's build. Because Saki gets to just do this for free now. And another giant
Yeah.
too.
Wait, hold
Actually,
on.
might have been
Why did he
overcommit on
do that?
Saki.
Yeah, I don't know why he went for all that. He had space advantage. He just has to outchain. Okay, that was weird. Huh.
Yeah, and they still had like two different triggers for that. Okay,
Are you
that's
kidding
like
me?
a new
I can't believe
flex.
it's enough.
Yeah,
What
that's
is this
actually insane.
round?
There's only two play. Like this is so strangely even because I felt like Shock. Oh God, I'm gonna say Gohan. I like
Yeah,
Gohan
go
was at
for it.
like pretty big disadvantage. Like for the most part, because so I was taking very big advantage of the giant power twos.
Yeah, exactly.
But now we're getting like a lot of pokes.
Interesting.
It's weird now because like Gohan immediately swapped to like these higher builds, and Saki still only opted for the same kind of power twos.
Yeah. Wow, that is
I don't.
some big chaining.
Mhm.
Oh,
The fact that it actually
whoa.
pops from there was not what I expected.
Whoa.
I
Okay.
can just. Oh,
That is an 100k round from like mostly post-game gameplay.
mhm.
What in the world? That's crazy. Okay. I mean, to be honest, my takeaway there is just the fact that like I think Saki actually should have won that like straight after um Shakyohan's like original chain went off. Saki should have just like had a big main like a second chain and then won that. So it was a bit weird.
Yeah, it's either there they could have opted to look for a larger attack instead of just only a Hellfires.
Exactly.
Okay. Like it's another Hellfire setup here.
Oh, huh.
Oh, into full instead.
He's
Interesting.
floundering a little bit, I guess. It's a bit weird. That's a easy. Oh wait, why didn't he? Okay, I was like, why didn't he just clear the blue? I think he has enough.
Yeah. Even then, I'm curious to see how this goes because very good secondary. Oh, but it's not going to be.
Yeah, it needs
Maybe
another
this might
couple.
be. Yeah. Hmm. It's weird because if the Saki feels like they're in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
and like they're forcing these situations, but Gohan has built pretty cleanly. But at the same time, you would think these attacks would like lead to something a bit more fruitful,
Yeah, you'd think. Like that
right?
that feels like an overcommitment. Is it?
Like because of the amount of like individual Poyos in it.
Oh, too many, right? Maybe not.
I think it depends. I think if it was like a longer chain, I could see it being much more of an overcommit, but because it was still a short two, you're not losing that much time. The amount
Hmm.
of Poyos you're losing is high, but you're kind of negating a part of that resource loss by making it end like very quickly.
I guess so, huh? Because usually I would say that using resources that early into the game feels like you're overcommitting. But really, an overcommitment comes down to not just resource efficiency, but time efficiency too. So, like you're
Yeah.
saying, if the attack is fast enough, like,
Yeah, because like look how fast this resolves.
yeah, that's true.
Here, boom. And it's like, okay, this is what, like 2 seconds? This is done. And now we're about to be
Hmm.
able to move, and it's like he still has a minimum one, two, three, four
Yeah.
links.
And
So
then it's about to be
technically, in
like
theory,
5. Yeah, yeah, okay, I
yeah.
see.
So
Hmm.
you're like 4.5 basically. So
Okay. It's
yeah,
only
I think
needs a
it
few
helps that
links.
the attack sent a rock. So a lot of the initial links from Gohan are kind of in a way negated
Ah, that's
because
true. I forgot about that too.
so it's like Gohan's chain looks like it's pretty strong until you realize it's like okay, the one is going to be taken out, the two is taken out, the three,
Yeah,
four, and you're not training back until the green link.
that's
You only
true.
have one, two, three extra
Hmm,
links after the green.
interesting. Okay. I'm gonna have to rethink my early attacking then. Because this. Hmm. Yeah. Because that's straight after having built. Like, this is very early mid game. Like, very, very early into it. And he's. And you can still get away with this. So, I will have to think about my game plan a little bit more, with a bit more scrutiny. Fascinating. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Very normal
it's kind
stance.
of interesting too because Saki is doing so many L's. He kind
Hmm.
of has like multiple parts where he can attack on his tail. Like even now, right? It's like you can talk with the lower purples or the upper ones
Yeah. Very
to go
true.
into like the yellows. And it's like, okay, you can use purple, you can use blue.
Yeah.
And so it's like not only do you have like two different points, you also have two different color points as well. And even before like the blue purple here, it could have been
Hmm.
like purple yellow instead.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very true.
I I assume this is intentional to like always have two different ways to attack available
It's really
because
powerful.
right now
Yeah.
you're gonna
Hmm?
yeah, 'cause right it's like his main chain only has the one, right? It's blue, red, into like the purple into the red again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So technically the tail needs to be more flexible so you have more opportunity to defend.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
We're just like Gohan actually doesn't really have
Yeah, I mean they can
that
go
much
like
going.
1, 2, 3, 4 chain, or they can like. This is very awkward. This pillar here
Yeah.
is very like. I guess you could like one chain with it using this pillar. Like you could thorn. Maybe that's what they're going
Mm.
for. We'll see in a moment. One thing I have to
Yeah.
point out is that Saki does a really good job of getting his second transition done like really early, so that he has these resources that are really high up, which means that they're very expendable because they're easy to
Mm.
replace, right? So, but also the fact that this is his second transition means it's really easy to. Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze.
You're good.
Ugh.
It definitely converts into the red blue really
Exactly.
nicely.
Into the main chain. That's what I'm thinking too. So like this is just something that's like uh very powerful from his build order decisions. Um, anything else? Otherwise, these two feel like they do pretty like standard builds. So like yesterday we saw some players who were doing some very like weird chains. I think
Yeah.
Sake Gohan seems to go very traditional. Like their chains are very very normal looking. Saki is pretty normal aside from sometimes going for right side GTR or like they tend to transition on the right and they also sometimes mix it up with a bit of submarine and stuff. But for the
Yeah.
most part, their builds are very like natural, not natural, but like traditional.
Yeah, I think the biggest change for Saki compared to the others is that his attacks also convert into his main chain, right? Like that. You just
Yes.
need to add some reds. And then like yeah, and technically you could have added another red and been like, okay, I can just go main chain here.
Yeah, yeah,
Or you
yeah.
could have just ignored it and pop the blue and be like, I'll just take the three and he's dead. Okay, okay, thanks, Saki.
What was the
That's
issue?
unfortunate.
What was the issue? I thought he made it work. I'm so confused. Right? Blue,
Well,
yellow, blue, red, purple, red.
yeah, okay, yeah, the purple.
Did he accident? Oh, maybe he like
Uh,
accidentally threw that over there. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, or he just like misdropped it and tried to lock in on column two.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird.
Either way, Gohan's up 3-1 through just like I very solid, but also very weird kind of situation.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm. Also, I think it's funny to set to label top four when I'm pretty sure this was played in losers quarters.
Oh, are you sure? I wonder.
Yeah, because this was actually because it was Puni versus Matayan
Hmm.
and Gohan versus Saki for losers quarters.
Oh yeah, so this is top six only, right?
Yeah, this is top
Oopsies.
six. That's they mislabeled it.
Oopsies. Um, okay. This is an interesting situation. So this is sort of like the dance you do in mid game sometimes, where it's like, oh, like one of them could strike the other right now, but you don't want to. It's like main chains. Like you don't want to side chain first in this case because otherwise the opponent is just going to be able to like out like mid game you. But Shakyuhan actually just like pulls the trigger here, which is I guess it's like Saki caught himself in like a difficult commitment to finish.
Mhm.
Because at this point you need two purples and a blue.
Yeah, and
Mm,
his greens don't even link up to his main chain yet.
yeah. But that's fine, right? Because it's just a three chain. But I guess that's enough time. Yeah, it's a bit of a gamble, huh? Because if he had gotten these
Yeah.
purples, he would have had one, two, three, four double, and then Shakyuhan would be in trouble. So I guess
Mhm.
he only won the round here off of not only run the round, but like it was a gamble to go for this three chain. It feels like because
Yeah.
you look at this position and it's like it's not that hard for him to recover. He just needs two purples.
Yeah. And I think the other option is like Saki Gohan took it as like this is really hard to convert into a main chain for
Hmm.
Saki. So maybe I force out his option here. But even then, it's like this doesn't feel like enough damage to make it warranted.
Right, right. That's what I think too. Like, it feels like even if he doesn't connect main chain, again, this is a four double. It's gonna destroy him. Like, he's not gonna have a
Yeah.
defense for that. So this move really is a gamble, and I wonder if it's a sort of gamble that you pull when you're in advantage and it's a first to five. Like, it's a very situational thing, right? Like, I don't know if I would pull this if I was
Yeah.
losing. I feel like this is, or maybe you would because you're when you're down, you also just have to take any chance you get. But it feels more like a
Well,
short set thing than a long set thing.
it could also be that Gohan just doesn't respect the damage output or doesn't
Hmm.
think Saki will be able to easily build into it.
Yeah.
Like this could also be a read about the queue and just being like, I don't think purples will show up.
Yeah.
Because every now and again, you just get that vibe like something's gonna be weird in the queue.
And he only just managed to hit it.
Yeah,
It's interesting. Just a weird move. Hi,
yeah.
Furmica.
I mean, 3 is still like kind of fast.
That's true.
Like, it's not that much extra time over it too. It's that high up.
That's
It
true,
doesn't
because
feel
it's
like
high up, yeah.
okay.
Very normal.
Interesting, but reversible.
I guess that's the whole, like, yeah, this is Saki, like, showing again that he can build, like, his second transition really early on. This is purple, red, green, purple, yellow, and then into the rest. But also, like, it sets him
Yeah.
up nicely for, like, defending really easily.
He also has the potential to use his left side instead of his right to like set off his chain, which is interesting.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes,
Oh,
yeah.
it
He
is
uses
huge.
those resources that he's set up really early. Nice.
Okay. It still feels weird when Saki's like down on this set.
It does, doesn't it?
Okay, then we got like
Okay.
the next kind of step transition in.
So now Saki is. So this is what I mean. When you attack this early into the game, because if you go back to a few rounds ago, this is like the same time that Saki decided to do that big 2-chain, right? His
Yeah.
board was around about this developed. But if it's a 3-chain, I wonder now if that's going to be an overcommitment or if it's still recoverable. I want to see.
Hard to say because Saki also built like his transition pretty early this time, but it looks like it's gonna wrap around. It looks like actually might actually end up being an overkill, which is kind of crazy.
So just based off of these 2 data points, which is not a lot of data points, so like this is one of those grain of salt things. It feels like if you want to attack early, you can only do it with a 1 or a 2-chain. You do not want to be forcing the opponent's main chain with a 3. A 3 is too much. Because this takes
Yeah, but
too long,
also
right?
and also the Puyo amount in the 3 is actually pretty small. Because like look how much damage this sends.
A rock. I
Right,
mean, the
it's a
2-chain sends a
rock,
rock too, right?
but Saki sent out much more than just a rock.
Was it much more?
It was like a rock and a half,
Oh. Hmm.
which I think adds up a slight bit on mid game chains where like they're only going to be around 8. Like an extra few rows, I think does kind of end up mattering.
Okay, interesting. I
Because
suppose,
I
though,
feel
it
like
wouldn't
one
have,
reason,
like, counted here, right? That's a thing.
let's see.
Like, even if he had sent
Yeah,
a few more rows, it's not going to save him from here.
yeah, I think the option here is like if you're gonna go for a 3, it needs to have like a much larger hit. Whereas like
Hmm.
Saki got a large power 2 with like a rock and a half for less time and more damage
Yeah, less time.
than Gohan did for more time and fewer Puyo.
Yeah. But then if you use more Puyos, you're going to end up, like, using up too many resources, right? Because then Saki's chain, instead of being an 8-chain, would be like a 9-chain, so it's even harder to recover from there. So I feel like you're just,
Yeah.
like, digging yourself into a hole if you make a 3-chain in general. Like, it probably is just, like, a bad idea.
It's in this situation, I think it is because
Oh, yeah,
Saki's
yeah.
like chain is very like obviously done.
For sure. But I guess that's the situation I'm trying to, like, scope out is, like, if their chain is at, like, close to maximum efficiency, is it worth going for an attack? Can you outchain your opponent? No. Not with a 3 this early. Only a 2-chain, I reckon.
Yeah, or I guess like you have to do it like when Saki is not in a very clear needs to finish his transition area.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, but then at that point you're going for, like, a kill with the 3-chain instead of actually, like, forcing main chain, right? So I guess they're 2 different, like,
Oh,
objectives.
Well, yes and no. I think you can still go for a force of main chain if you attack at a weak transition point,
Mm-hmm.
because then it might actually force them to waste plays to finish the transition.
Hmm. I wonder if like at maybe. Maybe. Like if they need specific colors to finish transition, then they can't use those colors towards like putting them into the main chain, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I was curious about whether, like, at the top level, your efficiency is so high that you can make every, or like most Puyos, still like work as part of your chain, even if your transition is awkward. But I'm gonna need more data
I
on that too. Hmm.
I think for the most part you can. I think there are gonna be certain moments where like you can't stop yourself. If your chain uses a red, like, it still needs a red. That doesn't change the
Yeah.
concept.
Yeah. Okay.
That you could build in advance for it, but if you attack at a weak time, right when their chain is weak, and they still need that certain color, they don't get it in queue, then there's nothing you can really do about that.
Okay. I'll think about that. I'll think about that.
But otherwise, at least in this street, it definitely was just like Gohan just kind of threw it, and then I don't know what he expected.
Yeah. Okay. Very normal.
The
Okay.
Gohan
So this is what
kill.
we're talking about. Very quick
Yeah,
two chain. Yeah.
yeah, this is not enough
Wow.
time.
This is happening a lot. Okay. We're getting more data points on this. So he should be able to outchain now, right?
In theory, yes. Oh, it doesn't even go for the blue. Okay. Dude, holy crap, you got so much out of that time.
I think he wins this now, right? Yeah, that's way too powerful for Saki.
Yeah, okay, the actual,
Interesting.
like, time change between 2 and 3 is actually huge in mid-game. At least a
Yeah.
lot more than I initially thought it was.
I think it's because it's like in absolute value, like in terms of if you make a two chain versus a three chain, the time gap is not that big. But when you're at this board height, I think that's what makes the difference. Because at this board
Yeah.
height, it takes way longer to like replace Puyos that are this far down the board
Hmm.
than it does if you're at the top. So that's
Yeah,
one
it
thing. Oh, go on.
I just say, like, also, like, in the time that that popped, Saki, I think, only got to place, like, 2 pieces because he had to split.
Yes, exactly. So like it's not only like that your replacement pieces take longer to replace, but also any pieces that the opponent wants to place to extend their chain will take longer to get as well. Whereas with the three chain, they can place many more pieces and extend.
Yeah.
The other part of this is that it's a way uh the time that it takes from going from a two to a three chain then factors into how much chain do you have to catch up on. If you make a three chain, then what that does is your opponent gets to add one link to their chain. For example, like they go from 8 to 9 chain, right? Let's say that you do a three chain here. You not only give them time to add an extra link to their chain, but you also then have to add an extra link to your chain. So it's sort of like it gets double the impact if you add one link. Or if you let them add one link, you also have to put time into making another link. So it's kind of like they made two links. Not really. I don't know if this is making any sense.
I think it does. I think the other thing I note here is, like, when this attack hit, Saki's, like, transition was not as flat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, compared to, like, last round, right? His build was very just left to right.
Mm-hmm,
This
mm-hmm.
is super vertical.
Yes, that's true.
So it's not very easy to, like, let's say put a link for that blue yellow, right? It
Mm-hmm,
has to
mm-hmm.
be this weird pillar because it's the quickest thing you can make in a short amount of time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you look at like what he has to do to like rush to get his main chain off here, you there's like, so that's nice, blah 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 blah. And then here he's
Yeah,
like having to throw some stuff.
yeah, like he has to just commit to it, but it doesn't also extend very easily. So if for some reason Saki wanted to extend, there's not really a good way to do that against Gohan.
Yeah.
I think if I could go to that double purple though, he might have survived. It was like just a one away.
Yeah, interesting. -2 chain link and resources compared to the opponent. Yeah, I'm trying to get that across. I'm gonna have to like make a detailed example sometime. I really want to explore that. Let me write a note somewhere. 2 chain early mid game versus 3 chain. Right, versus
I
2
think
chain.
it's definitely that time, but advantage between time it takes to get to bottom of board versus like top of board. Like two chain top of board doesn't really matter because you can play so many pieces so much faster.
Yes, exactly. Permanent must its pieces for another as well as
Okay.
playing at the same game. What else do I want to note?
I don't even know what free mecha is even trying to say TBH.
Yeah, don't worry. I will maybe after this set I will like talk through an example to be like really clear because I'd like to like if I can explain the example then I'll understand it better too. Because I've got like an inkling of an idea, but it's not coming out right now.
Mm-hmm.
But with 3 chain extend that's one and also lost was 2. Okay, I'm just checking that in there. We will explore it after this. All right, let's go.
Okay, next round. I'm saying Saki's gonna continue to kind of play a bit cleaner, given that I know they won this set.
Okay, well, I mean, immediately you can see that they're doing the whole like I'm setting up my second transition really early again,
Mm.
and like making sure to connect all of it instead of like doing this like half connected up here, half connected down here.
But there's an interesting response from Gohan to actually go for a Thorn. And he has the immediate 2 response after this Thorn 2 with double red and
Mm-hmm.
yellow coming up.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense to try to attack just to cover the yellows, because,
Mm-hmm.
or sorry, to cover the red, it's trying to connect to the yellow. 'Cause if you get that and the kind of like purple green area, it's really hard for Saki to fight back into a quick 1 to 2 combo.
Yeah, I'm curious if he could have spotted. I'm wondering, like, it's hard to know how much the players are looking at the queue, right? So
Yeah.
I'm looking here and seeing if Shaki Gohan was planning this the entire time. Yeah, I guess you've seen that red for a while, and oh wait, like, is this risky? It's
5.
kind
Yeah,
of.
it's kind of true. Yeah,
Uh,
not great. If it had covered it when I think it was just only the singular red, it
yeah,
probably would be nicer.
but the fact that like, yeah, I guess here would be good.
Yeah.
Like maybe
Unfortunately,
even a
it's
3 chain
like,
here would be good because like that would cover like maybe 2 rows because they haven't done a 1
yeah.
chain yet, so there'd be a few soft drop bonus thingies. So it would cover like this area really awkwardly, and then you'd have to like dig this out as well. So this
Yeah,
feels
'cause
like the right
if
time to strike. Oh, go on.
I agree, because like, I'm just like thinking too, like, because if Saki tries to do purple yellow on column 4
Mm,
with purple green coming up, it's even link. So if he can't even link this back to his tail, like
yeah.
he'll still chain on his tail, but he doesn't defend with it
No,
very
exactly.
easily.
But then the moment like you see the reds come into queue, it's like, oh, like this is not a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now Saki's at major advantage. And so like Saki uses his like top of the board stuff, which is smart because it's easy to replenish those resources. Forces Saki Gohan into this, and then he just takes this. I think.
Yeah, and the force also denies Saki Gohan this red green that could have extended his tail more.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. And then he should win this game.
Yeah, I don't see how Saki loses this round in particular, other than like maybe drought.
Yeah, there it is. Yep,
Yeah.
his game.
Oh, yeah. That unfortunate for I'm not sure what he was trying to
Hmm.
do.
I'm not sure what was going on there. I don't think of it with card advantage terms, so it feels it's similar and like I get it. Okay, yeah. I'm glad that you understand. But again, we'll go back over it soon. Okay.
They're kind of
Okay.
awkward, like raise on Saki, but the fact that you can convert it already into like a pretty big attack is very fortunate for him.
Yeah, I'm curious. Okay, Sake goes for the first attack again. Oh
Big three
boy.
defense.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
this is gonna break his tail though a little bit.
A little bit, but I wonder if it's worth it for the cover. Yeah, because now Saki
Like
can't.
so.
Oh wait, that's nothing. Hmm. If there was
Yeah.
more here, like a 4 or 5 chain, it would have been fine.
Hmm.
But the fact there was only a 3 chain is really weak.
Yeah, actually potential with the green. Oh my god, he's actually gonna get down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's this is unfortunate. Yeah, I think it needed to be a 5 like you said, because anything else I guess is just too it was weird because it was so close. It didn't help that like the trash also landed on column 5-6, which is like the spot he needed to not land.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's a crazy like pushback though.
Mhm.
Surprised he still managed to win that game. Oh, okay. Then he goes with that early attack again, but this time there's an actual
Still
defense, not just main chain.
still pretty small free defense from Gohan. It feels like when you're defending with your from attacks, I'm not sure this is just like circumstance of like what's available, but it
No
does feel like a lot of
way.
these
No
defenses, yeah.
way.
Oh my god, the one trash suit, Jesus Christ. I don't know if you notice, like sometimes like with their attack, they don't go for like their big attack. They just do like a very small 2 or 3 chain to negate damage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much of that is like circumstance versus like intentional. Just use a smaller chain to defend, so you save resource.
So you are thinking like somewhere in this match, right? So like
Yeah,
we talk
just like in
about
general.
from here.
Two, because it's like smaller 3, and it's like okay, seems like circumstantial, but then
Okay.
Saki just kind of goes for the 2.
Hmm. I I think there's 2 parts to this. One is that he wants to clean up the garbage because any garbage you leave on the board is actually space you're wasting because you could like
Yep.
have actual chains going. Um, the second thing is that this sort of prompts Shaki Gohan to continue being aggressive because that's what Saki wants actually. Saki wants an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to reset his board because there's garbage on it. If he forces Shaki Gohan to play the aggressive game, and Saki successfully defends against it, they return to neutral, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if he doesn't do this, then Shakugan can just like freely go for main chain, and then Saki just has to like spend 1 or 2 chains cleaning this up and being all like really slow about it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, in my mind, a way to reset to neutral.
Okay, makes sense to me. Oh my gosh, I still can't believe you got this dig. This was kind
This
of
is so
nasty.
nasty. Look, he needed literally purple, yellow, yellow, green, purple, yellow. You can't get that dig without those colors because column 2 is way too high. That is so nasty.
Skill dig. Yeah, and then you see like he's trying to rush the counter chain now. I'm just like, there's nothing that can save you from that.
No, literally, yeah. That's rough.
I always find it interesting when you have like this, yellow, red, and you put in the columns 2, 3, or like 4, 5.
Hmm.
I don't know, it's just like a small thing, but so many people, right, would do like would prioritize 1, 2, and 5, 6.
So wait, hold on.
Right, like you see how like Circuit Gohan is like yellow red. It's always
Uh-huh.
been like in 1, 2,
Hmm.
and like 4, 5.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Saki just like places his in 2, 3, which is like
yeah.
slightly different. Right? 'Cause it's like, it doesn't transition right to GTR. It just becomes flat.
That's right. It's because he just like had such a tail first approach that he can just like work from that, I guess. Really interesting.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
this is another case of him doing a really good job of just setting up his second transition early and
mm.
then being able to defend with it.
But it makes it look so natural too. It's kind of messed up.
I know, right? It's like, oh, I wish I could do that because then that's your gateway to like making 13 plus chains if you boot your second transition. So good.
Yeah.
Hi,
And every
Jojo.
rock he's done has been minimum rock, right? I don't think we've
Yeah,
seen like a Hellfire from him be less than a rock. It's
that's
always
true.
rock at minimum.
He's quite controlled about the way that he attacks.
It does feel like he has like a set minimum requirement of damage he must do for if he is the one attacking. And it seems
Exactly.
like two chain must be like a rock or sorry, two power, which
Yeah,
makes me wonder like if he has that kind of similar rule with like a three chain. Like, does it have to be like two rocks on a three or something?
yeah. Well, okay, he just like forced that main right then.
Yeah. So
But what?
uh,
Hmm.
okay, sorry, I'm just like thinking about like the attack rules, right? Because probably been thinking about it, and the fact that like time versus what you are throwing out onto the table,
Hmm.
I can't help but like think about like how the time and to damage rule shifts in between different attack forms.
Hmm.
Now, because now Sagi just run away from the set and Gohan's getting his ass beat, which kind of felt like should have happened in the first round.
Pretty much, right?
But now we are in the Saki timeline.
He's crushing it, yeah. There he goes again.
Mhm. It's almost a 4, 5 chain, two rocks. Oh God, this is a huge commit from Gohan.
Yeah, I think he didn't realize how much was going to send back.
Mhm.
Otherwise, he probably had that round.
Maybe hard to say. I feel like Gohan's chain after his attack has been slightly weaker than Saki's.
He does leave himself in a more vulnerable state because he's using the transition area, which is the whole point. Like, you're meant to be able to do multiple stacking
Yeah.
around here so that you can attack people with it. But also, the fact that Saki is using like second transition area instead of first transition area means that it's more efficient in time.
Yeah. I guess it's like the difference between Saki and Gohan's attack patterns.
Mm,
Because Saki is building the second transition so early, he can just use it when he
exactly.
feels like it.
Yeah.
Uh, Gohan kind of just builds on the same single transition, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it.
Like, once it is there, it is there. Like getting rid of it kind of ends up hurting him.
Yeah. Very much like our Western players at the moment. Because that's the sort of thing that I would have defended against Saki with, but I would have lost them. So that's interesting. Okay, so that's down.
Because I think Saki's still considered like ranking wise number 2, right?
He's up there. I know he's like at least top four. I don't know where in the top four he is at the moment, but yeah, like I
Hmm.
believe like top two.
Yeah.
Huh.
Even here, like Gohan's attacks don't feel like bad, but this is a long,
Yeah, okay. I think he
unfortunate
accidentally
set of
began.
errors. Yeah, and now you're just dead.
But if it hadn't accidentally linked, right? Because that is,
I I think it's supposed to be a 3, and this is like a very long commit on a 3.
yeah. Yeah, so this is what we're talking about. Even if it had resolved just as a 3 chain here, I feel like that's too much time loss.
Yeah. And even then, Saki had even read it and to be like, I think a three and it's just over.
Yeah.
But I like the concept, but I feel like that three had some better things going on to it or for it compared to the others because that otherwise his threes have been kind of small, right? So the fact that like Gohan's three at that time was like big was like nice, but also unfortunately it didn't mean too much. Okay.
I just need to like look at that like build order construction again. Like this is just like so all in. This feels like the sort of thing that would get punished. But no, it's
Hmm.
quick. It's win time, right? Does he win this round again?
It and it was like just short of a rock.
Oh my gosh.
Take kind of a nasty tail.
Yeah. He wanted another red, I guess. Oh
It,
gosh, still
it,
enough.
yeah, though this is like pretty diggable for Gohan.
Yeah, for Saki, he just needs to play like a space advantage game.
Yeah. Oh my god, that thorn did nothing to cover anything. He put one trash.
Yep.
And the
Ah,
Midas
that's
tail's
it.
gonna be so nasty as well. Oh, dude, did nine off that.
Mm,
So
very
he's
interesting.
like the submarine dive tails are coming in pretty clutch.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's so talented at them. Hmm.
Okay. Very passive round actually this time.
Yeah, kind of dancing around
Lucky.
each other. I guess it's just going to be a main chain game. Okay, yep, that's it. Literally, no more. I'm curious.
Yeah, so he literally milked as much as he could out of that.
That's insane.
Oh my god, the power on the
But then this is
8-9.
also insane. What a weird round. Huh.
Yeah, it actually required that power element because the 10 in with like the smaller power wasn't enough.
Exactly. Exactly. That's
So it
weird.
feels like now Gohan has been adapted because like first set it felt like Saki, was the driver, but the attacks were just short.
Yeah.
Like Fortunate Q, and now like it's become such a big knowledge check that Gohan can't get past it.
No, not at all. That's pretty good attack timing, I'd say. Saki's in a very awkward position now.
Yeah, like and it's like nice three response to try and force something back out. It is a long time to extend.
Okay. Maybe he didn't read the back of the chain again.
Oh god, and then it exploded.
Oh no. Yeah, there's a few rounds where it feels like he has advantage, but then he just like lets it slip away just because Saki's chaining has been so solid and he didn't realize that it was. That's so unfortunate. Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's probably hard to tell like what is the extending trigger and what is just like actual extension on the tail.
Yeah, very
Because
true.
they kind of overlap the same area usually in his
Exactly.
builds.
No way. No way.
Oh god.
If this is set win, he's gonna like blow it, right? Oh, ooh,
It's gonna be kind of close.
oh. Okay, no, okay, good
Yeah,
punish,
yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
punish. When you take a 4 chain AC, you are like taking a massive risk. That's like less than a coin
Yeah.
flip. You have like a less than 50% chance of winning that game.
And even then, I feel like the rush, 4 chain, 5 chain, all clear is just no longer as good as they used to be.
Yeah.
I think it's because people have gotten faster at extending. So
Yeah,
you can't just get away with like knowledge check. I'm going to all clear this, so hope
exactly.
you get it too or build very fast.
That
Oof.
was crazy good. Because now he can dig down, but like, oh, Shigohan should have just main chained, I think. Yep, now he's at disadvantage.
It's like it's all the extension time again.
Hmm. Crazy.
Yeah, I feel like this one's more fair though, because it was really hard to read that trash dig from Saki.
That's true.
But now you're just dead. And I think that's the
Wow,
set.
that's it.
That was a long one.
Very interesting. Hmm. Hmm. We got a lot
Yeah.
out of that.
I definitely feel like I've learned that the L shapes that Saki had been going for on his second transition slash tail to kind of like extend into his main chain again
Yes.
is pretty pivotal. Like the way he uses the L's, like specifically, not so much the shape.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's see here. He does a lot of like this thing. That was really
Yeah.
good. That was really powerful. Let's just like build this out so that I just like have it. Da, 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 da. So
He has like another L on like top of the green blue.
is it which way does it tend to face? Is it like this?
I think it's that way.
That way. Let's make a different color just to be really clear. Yeah. Interesting. And then you can just like build up here and then like make it turn into the like second transition area. That's really
Yeah, it
good.
almost feel like almost Slug-esque in a way.
Yeah.
Like plus building like his submarine-ish kind of builds on his transition.
Hmm. So
I'm not quite sure how else to describe it.
I'm still trying to unpack this. So let's say you get like two chain from usually I think the resulting outcome tends to be like an 8 chain. So let's say you get 2 chain, right? You can only really put like 3 pieces down. So like you're waiting for a green, you're waiting for a yellow, and you're waiting for a red. And like you said, if the transition is not ready, that's when you have to like throw every piece over here because it's like, oh, I'm not ready yet. Like I have to waste all my pieces. And then you go.
And for
Mhm.
even this, like if you're thinking for like 3 pieces, and you can get technically 2 of the 3 that you need
Hmm.
in one piece.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
really only fishing for like 1.5.
Yeah.
And even Saki doesn't really do that, that extra blue like you have in column 6.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he just looks to pop it by having that extra red you have
Hmm.
in your column 5 at the very bottom.
Hmm.
Like if that was a yellow instead,
Hmm.
and you change those blues to yellows, then he can forego that extra blue in column 1.
Hold
And
up.
that's where like he can kind of start extending his extension. Like so like click on yellow, right?
Yes. Here.
And then could
Whereabouts?
you
Oh, as in I
convert the
see.
bottom red
Yes. Here?
in column 5, the very bottom one. No, the very bottom one in column
5.
4, excuse me, sorry.
Hold on. Okay, I see. Down here.
Yeah, here. And then turn the blues in 2 and 3 into yellows.
So like this sort of thing.
Yeah, because
And
like
this
now,
can
right,
be.
it goes red, green into yellow, and then you don't
Yeah, true.
see because you don't need that blue reliance like you did before.
I
And that's
see.
like the main thing, right? Because
Interesting.
like most players would convert with like red, both reds, right,
Hmm.
in the column 4 area on top and bottom.
Okay.
But Saki forgoes it because it's more efficient technically to only have the one red on top.
Yes, that's
Because
true.
you
Because
don't
then
need a
this.
red on the bottom.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, and then it frees up, that column 1 so you can have that blue L shape to
Hmm.
build his extension ahead of time.
It's a bit easier for him as well because he starts with the middle of the board, so he usually sets up like, like the 2 greens and the 2 reds, right? I
Yeah,
think when people build like GTR in the forwards direction, they tend to go like, oh, I do like this thing, and then I do
yeah,
that, and then I go, oh, 1, 2, 3, and then if they get another
yep,
green, then they just add it to the back. Whereas Saki, because he
yeah,
starts in the middle, he's able to go, let's put these reds here, let's get these greens. When he gets another red, he can then put it over here straight away, and then he knows, oh, I only need to put 1 red here instead of
yeah,
putting like 2.
yeah.
So he puts it here
which
instead of here, basically.
yep. And the long-term effects of that just being able to free up his second transition to like be built ahead of time, I think gives him that's a significant speed advantage over Gohan, who kind of is at like he's not doing that, right? He's doing the very standard both go in column four or in this case two sometimes or 4-3, I guess is the better way to put it. And then it puts him technically behind because he can't pre-build his second transition. He can only build on top of
Yes.
his current one. And it took you like building the chain example with both the reds instead of like a red yellow to make you realize, oh wait, something here is wrong with this example. And now this feels a lot more like the Saki build thing because the fact that like they just freeze up his column 1/6 kind of goes so hard.
Yeah, definitely. He's able to like convert into like a lot more than what other players are capable of.
Yeah, I think I should steal that to be honest. Like just going for the straight four so you can have the bottom pop to
Yeah,
free up
good, right?
the other four. Yeah,
You can
because
just
I
add
never
an
really
extra link.
considered that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy just to default to like the habit, right?
I think it goes into our discussion the other day about the fact that like you don't have to let every Puyo clear straight away. So putting this yellow down
Yep.
here, you don't have to clear it. Like it doesn't. A lot of people put the red here because they think, oh, the red has to clear with these. Whereas if you put the yellow there, you just need to remember, oh, I have a yellow down here. Like I could just like add some yellows later. You don't need all the
Yeah.
yellows at once, which also means that you have a stronger like resistance to the piece queue because you can add those yellows when you're ready. You don't have to add them straight away. In fact, you could even like
Yep.
build more stuff and then just go like, oh yeah, I love the yellow down here. Let's add the yellow. Like, it's great. It's so
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, I agree. And it kind of feels like it's like untutored because when you think of horizontal build, you think, oh, easy things to link together.
Yeah. That's
Go
right.
left to right, and then that's it.
Yeah, left to right.
But
Exactly.
it's much easier to, I think, oh, I can save this Puyo for later on a vertical build because no, you drop down on it. This one doesn't look like you would ever want to do something like that because why would you, right? You would just
Yeah,
put it there to begin with.
exactly. Okay, so I wanted to bring up the whole the two chain versus three chain thing. So let's say
Yeah.
like this is just to make it easy. Like let's say these two players have identical boards, right? If this player pops a two chain, pretend it has more power on it, whatever, doesn't matter. The
Yeah.
time it takes for this two chain to resolve is, let's say like a player can get 3 pieces,
Yeah.
right? So let's say they get everything to finish that chain. So they get a red piece, a green. In fact, they need to get very lucky. But anyway, forget about that. Green, yellow, red, blue. They finish a chain, happy days, blah, blah, blah. They get an 8 chain. If we think about the fact that, so then the second player, because they set off a 2 chain, they don't have any more of that. But this player set off an 8 chain. So let me think about how much time is passing. We're saying that if it's a 2 chain, there's 3 pieces. So if it's an 8 chain, you get about, let's say, 12 pieces?
Yeah.
Wait. Does that scale correctly? Am I saying that right? 3, 12. Yeah, so you can put like 24 more Puyos on the board. Which means, if I skip that, that's 5 plus 24. 24, if they all go into the chain, that's 6 more links. So you get like an 11 chain. So you easily beat out an 8 chain with your 11 chain. Right? So they set off what they have, and you get to add 6 more links. Alright. So that feels like a really easy advantage. Just keep that in mind though. Like keep the 8 versus like 11 in mind. Now let's say instead that they did a 3 chain attack instead. So instead of putting the green here, they put it like here. And they go 3 chain. Right? Okay. If you have a 3 chain, the opponent can put like 5 pieces down instead of just 3.
There's somewhere between 5 and 6, I think.
5 and 6 pieces. Okay, let's say 5 and 6. So my opponent's here. Okay, let's 5 pieces means they can add 10 Puyos. So they need like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they can like add an extra link, right? So now they have a 9 chain that you have to fight, right? So instead of 8 versus 11, it's going to be 9 versus, and let's say you're their opponent. Now, you still have to, if they set that off, when your 3 chain is still just about to resolve, oh, no, still about to resolve. Anyway, a 3 chain takes longer to resolve, right? So you can't put as many pieces down as if you had built the 2 chain. How many did we say you could put down? 24 Puyos, right?
Yeah.
12 pairs. Let's say you can only put down like 10 pairs because you have to wait a bit longer. So you can add 20 Puyos to your chain right now. So let's say we set that off. How much was that again? 5. If you add 20 Puyos to your chain, that's 5 links. So
Yeah.
that's a 10 chain.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious too about like the damage as well.
Oh yeah, true. So
So I actually decided to make like I just a pure like only 4 links, right? Only 4 Puyo per link of 5 chain because I was looking at it like Rasaki would always send a rock,
yes, that's true.
right? So on the first 4 links minimum, if it's just like 4 links with all regular 4 Puyos, that's roughly a rock.
Yes. Okay.
And it's like with a few extra, but like Saki's were kind of like rock and then like a row or two. So it actually negates like the first 4 links and part of the fifth one. Which if
Oh, that's
your
true.
opponent can only
Yes.
send a 7, you're actually like negating most of their
You're
chain.
gonna get even more. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
And
that
thus it
advantage grows
becomes
even more.
yeah, so there's a lot of layers to like their early attack.
Yeah. Yeah. So the conclusion that I reached with this philosophy is that if you send a 2 chain, what you end up doing is you have a massive advantage because we're saying that like oh Saki is sending like a whole rock with it, plus the fact that they only get like how big was the chain did we say came out of it? 8 chain, right?
Yeah.
So they built an 8 chain and you build like maybe not an 11 chain, maybe even just a 10, but the fact that you sent a rock already means that like you're negating some of their damage even more. If you build a 3 chain, then they can build like a 9 chain and you only get to build a 10 chain.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to say before is that if they get to add 1 link to their chain, that means that you are actually losing out on like 2 links of efficiency. Because an 8 chain versus a 10 chain becoming an 8 versus an 11 is now becoming a 9 versus a 10. So the gap between those is way bigger than them just going from like +1 link. It's like +1 link to you, a +1 link to them, and -1 link to you. So you have like a massive disadvantage just by attacking with a 3 chain instead of a 2 chain.
Yeah, and because you need a 2 chain to be big too, because if you just do like a basic Hellfire, it's like 4 to 8. It only does 2 rows, so you really do need those extra 3 Puyo minimum just to get to the rock. Sorry,
Yeah.
extra 6 you can both links.
Yes,
For
that's
like the
true.
damage to actually matter on that.
Let's check the damage output here. Because yeah, it's very, very weak if you don't have any bonuses on it. This is like nothing. It's only 2 rows.
Yeah.
But literally, if you just add 1 and 1, you get 2 groups of 5. Then it's pretty good.
Nearly 3.
But you said you want to add 3 Puyos, right? So
Yeah, 3 Puyo to each link, because then that's when you hit the minimum rock.
I see. Yeah, 2 groups of
It
6
is,
give you basically a rock. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, 30. And if you had soft draw bonus, it would be a 30. Yeah, you would have enough.
Yep.
Okay. groups of 6. So the damage scaling is like two rows for like very simple. Then it becomes how much? 3.5.
Yep.
And then it becomes 5 if you add one more to each. Wait. Even I don't know how to game.
Yeah, because even if you do like the same thing that we did with the Hellfires, like if you spread those same Puyo into like a 3-chain, it's actually like less. It's like
Yeah,
slightly
yeah.
less.
That's right, because the group bonus here is more powerful than if you split them into different thingies. So like not only are you doing less damage, but it's also taking more time. So it's just like really, really bad.
Yeah, so it is like extra time on the build, so you kind of are, you kind of like really dig in.
Okay. Well, we have learned that the difference between a 2-chain and a 3-chain is actually, even though it's literally like 2-second difference, it's also like you lose difference.
Yeah, the damage difference actually does get kind of insane too. Like the fact that like so much can change on the variables of that mid-level to lower level if your teaching doesn't send like exactly like a rock and higher is kind of crazy. Like the fact that you need a minimum rock just to negate the first 4 links shows like why you have to commit so many players to it early.
That's right, in order to gain an advantage in the first place. Because if you only like, that's the thing, you have to full commit to it rather than just half commit to it. If you half commit to it and they main chain, you still might not outchain them.
Yeah, because like well, a very weak Hellfire would only negate the first 2 links, which means nothing compared to
Yeah,
like negating 4 to 5.
exactly. Very interesting. Okay. So now we're moving. Well, actually, hold on. We can go to the other top 6 match before we start this then.
Okay, let's start with winners finals. Granted, I don't know if we'll do more than 2 sets because we spent a really long time on that
That's
first
true. How
one.
long much time has passed? Oh my gosh, it's been an hour already.
In
Okay,
an
yes,
hour.
yes.
Yeah,
We may just do. We'll see how we feel. Let's just do this set for now.
yeah. And we'll do the Peepo.
Okay, this will be very interesting.
How about the Peepo versus was it Noroke?
I don't know. I don't know if I've seen them before. Are they like a known player? Do you know them?
I do not know them.
No,
Actually,
right?
yeah, and I used to haven't not watched Peepo Near in a while either.
Oh my goodness. Twitch play, please. Hello, Talon. Um, Hold on. Let's see. I can check the VOD of the first stream Gummy Gauntlet review, and I got jump scared of a match against Lolo. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. We went over your match. It
Mhm.
was good. Who was seeded second? Who's first? First was Yuki, the 9-year-old, because he's like been winning tournaments left and right throughout this past like year or two.
Yeah, and
Except,
he got upset by TJD like
yeah,
round one.
he kind of got flogged by a couple of people, like by TGD, and then afterwards he gets beat up by Acliv. Like he wasn't playing quite as well as usual, I think. But anyway,
Yeah, he played kind of sloppy.
here it is. He's
Uh,
already starting crazy. It's Fron.
I think Fron is still competitively
I
viable.
think so too.
It has such good aggression potential. It's hard.
Okay.
Okay, I can have.
What is this first round?
Oof,
That double red extension is
aggressive.
nasty.
I'm gonna keep an eye on and like try to see like if there's a minimum damage level
Mm.
for some of these like attacks. I'd be very interested in that
Whoa.
information.
Whoa.
It's like, yep.
That's crazy.
And that's 2 attacks now where the minimum for people has been a rock. I want to see if that trend
This
keeps
is very
continuing.
interesting. Yeah.
Because if it is just like you sending rock minimum is like the main requirement. It might mean like I'm about to like change how I want to attack and like change like the type of damage I'm even going for to begin with. Because
Ah,
like this
ah,
is
ah,
definitely gonna
ah.
be a rock as well.
Yeah, it's easy to get to a
I'm
rock
just
if you do
trying.
3 colors. I think we should talk about that. Oh, whoops. What did I do? Here we go. Oh, actually, it's because it's still 12 Puyos, I guess. Because 6
Yeah.
and 6 is the same as 4, 4, 4. So it's easy, like rule of thumb, that you just need like 12 Puyos in your second link. And it'll send like
Yep.
a battle rock.
Yeah. Like this is
Hmm.
just short, but even then, this is still a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like it's basically the same effect as a rock. Okay. I am so intrigued by this.
Yeah. Same because I'm just like obviously like you should be judging how much damage you do in an attack. But I used to kind of think 3 rows is like enough, right?
Hmm.
I always say I thought before this, I was like, oh, 3 rows is enough because it's very hard to dig out of.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I'm learning that I'm over or undershooting like how much I should be aiming for, and that it's
Yeah.
actually like you want like minimum 5 rows on an attack.
Yeah,
Part of it
because
gets hard to negate.
exactly, it's not just about like the effect it has when it falls, but also about when the opponent's negating it. Okay, very passive this time.
My poor brain. Yeah, like see, like I only said 2 rows, and it's like, oh, that negates the two weakest links. Whereas the 4 chain was still enough to send like basically a rock. So like Neo is like a super disadvantage because like every attack he sent was extremely
Yeah, low
weak in
powered.
comparison.
Hmm.
Oh god, there's nothing what you needed. Ouch.
Jeez, yeah. Be rough. Okay, okay.
People also likes to go into like this whole LLR shape.
He just does whatever's like faster, I think. He's known for
Hmm.
like his like not splitting a lot sort of gameplay. See, 3 chain and his main chaining because a 3 chain is too long. You're
Yeah,
taking
3 chain
too
was also
long.
it's also very weak, right? Like it only sent like 2 rows again.
So
So
does he
like
win
it
this?
doesn't. I think it's looking like a pretty good one. Like the tailwind does have a good chunk of power, but I don't think the greens are gonna link. Or sorry, there wasn't even enough greens.
Then you can send back if you're playing like efficient enough, right? Will this send back? Let's
Yeah.
see.
Ooh, I actually didn't. That's kind of crazy. It was so
So
close.
maybe you can 3 chain? I'm a bit confused now. I'm a little bit confused. No, it's because this is
I
later in the game. So Saki's attacks were happening when, like, only the first floor was being built, right? But the
Yeah.
further up you go, the the more viable it is to attack with more,
Yeah.
because it's easier to replace those resources. Yeah, because Saki was usually left with like all of like this not here, like it was just this
Mm.
section. So okay. If you want to go for an early attack, which is a very very early attack, then you only can do 2 chain. But once you get like a bit higher up to like around more mid way up your board, then you can start like thinking about doing 3 chains.
Yeah, I sense because there's much more links on the table.
Exactly. Yeah, because like look at him,
And
he's just like putting pieces so quickly here.
it,
Hmm.
it's
Interesting.
41. The fact that like, he only trades back like 4 point at the end of this too is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Like, God, there's no good way to dig this out. This is still a pretty large 6.
that's too much. Okay.
I guess the other thing too is like when you're that high up on the table and the chain links are much longer, you're not really as worried about negating the first to the four links because your power at the end of the chain should be just so astronomically high.
Exactly, exactly.
Like,
Look
here
at
we
these
go.
two.
It's even odd for that attack. And actually just didn't go. That's so funny.
This is so weird.
Huge for exactly a rock. God bless. And it still takes 2 rows, and that's hard. It's not the hardest dig, but like you don't have a lot of extending space.
Yeah, Pipinia just wins off of like main chain now, right? Well, okay, he can just force this out and then main chain if he feels like.
Hmm.
Nope, he's still playing. No, okay, there's the main chain.
Yeah. Even like it still bought him some space, but I just don't know if it's gonna be enough.
Hmm.
Cause it's only a 10, so it's not like
Oh, the purple
impossible. Like, it's
cuts
still a
though.
strong 10, like 57. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate.
Hmm.
I don't think it was strong enough to actually win the set though, or win the round. I mean,
No, Pipinia would have like second chained too quickly, I think. It's a lot of blues and purples. Oh my gosh. Oh, main chain. I mean, it's super efficient, I guess.
it always is weird when they're like, "Oh, I should just dank. I go now." I'm like,
Right? Like,
wait,
top players can also do that, I guess.
it is a pretty big 14.
It's a 92k, yeah. Hmm,
I guess, yeah. I think at that point, it's pretty hard to beat that.
interesting. I guess if I look at
This
his build
build
order here, was he like sort of playing for speed here? Like, is that the reason why he was able to set that off so confidently? I just want to like look at his build order. Alright, so far no splits. Still none. Yeah, no wonder he was able to just like get up there so quickly. Now Koda is like here fumbling around in the middle while he's building his second transition and about to like finish the rest of his chain. Like he's ready to go.
Yeah, I don't think we saw not a single split.
Nah, not until like the very
That-
top. I saw like one or two, but yeah. So like there is space for speed gaming still, which is what
True.
we were seeing with whose gameplay was that last time we reviewed? Someone was speed gaming, right? But they weren't
Rick was
able
speed
to.
gaming and another
Yes,
Japanese
Rick,
player
that's
was.
right. But like we concluded that Rick wasn't efficient enough, whereas here Pippini is speed game and also like extreme efficiency, so you can still win off of that at this level.
Yeah, then TJD was building a lot of stairs,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
also kind of like the speed gamer, along with like I think Monet. I think it was like the rotation because like Monet and Rick or not Rick, sorry, Monet and TJD were kind of like the two opposites of coin. One was speed gamer
Mm.
and one was like trying to build efficient.
Yeah. Well, actually, Monet was like quite slow. Actually, wasn't there? Weren't they? Because they
Yeah,
hesitated a lot.
I think TJD was faster and Monet was like the more calculated of the.
Yes. Yes. I think that's
Okay,
accurate.
so that was pretty one-sided for people though.
Pretty much.
It is kind of interesting like how much like no split just gave so much extra speed.
Yeah. Right. Because it's like the fastest way to, or the best way to gain speed on your opponent.
Mm.
Splits
Oof.
take so much time.
Yeah, wow, that 2J was so weak that took so much damage for it.
Yeah. Okay, this stage is like main chain to win, right?
Hmm. But Corey kind of is just like at pure advantage though, because people lost a lot of space on that diving tail, and Nori like just like lost no board space whatsoever.
Yeah.
Or if to ban the attack, you insane.
Is he?
It's a large
Why is he
attack.
doing all of that? Jeez. I mean, I guess it's.
That
Okay,
is
yeah, I
pretty
guess.
overkill.
That
And
was a
it
bit
works
weird.
though. That was like a 7 attack. That was kind
It
of
didn't need to be quite
gross.
that long, I think.
They're like, I guess if I'm gonna commit to 3, I might as well commit to 7. Just
Yeah.
the standard Puyo stuff.
So I guess that round it was just like Naokoro being able to basically punishing Pipinir for attacking so early because Naokoro had like so much more of a defense. And like you said, it's
Yeah,
that hitting that like damage threshold where if Pipinir had attacked with way more, it would have been fine. But he attacked with like so little that it was like, okay, now you just die.
yeah. And then Core just actually followed the damage threshold too, so you just got to do whatever. And there you go. Another potential rock forces on mate. Not yeah, mate chain
Huh? Why
on
did
the
what did
sullen.
he accident? Okay, well I can only assume it was an accident because that was very like way too early to set off main.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know what happened there. Oh yeah, they're like
The tilt, the tilt. Oh my god.
breathe.
Breathe, calm down, be
Yeah,
annoyed that you just fucking did that.
literally. It's rough too because you know you're a set down, so you need every point you can get.
Yeah. A little harder to cheese out 5 rounds compared to 3 as well.
Yeah. Okay. Second transition's coming through for both players. Super passive again. Okay.
Very small attack. And I don't think I like these as much. Like, these small twos to just send 2 rows when clearly, like, Rock is king here.
I think the difference between that is meant to like initiate the mid game like back and forth, right? So the idea here is that Naokore wants Pipinir to burn all of these resources because they're kind of hard to get back, right? Like when he sets
Hmm.
this off, if you look at his like main chain now, like that's kind of it's not the worst, but like this is kind of weird, right? It's a weird shape for your chain to be in.
Yeah, but even then, it's like Narcore is like because he did that, he has no way of using these yellows like effectively on his tail.
I guess is trying to like keep playing mid game, right? Because now they follow up even more.
Yeah, I just don't think it was the play because now your change is so awkward.
That's true. Like it's the sort of thing where if he was playing a bit more effectively with his side chains, then the point of initiating that battle was to put Pippin in a weird position and to put himself in an advantage. But he basically lost that trade. Like he initiated
Yeah,
the battle and then he lost it. So now he's like at
yeah.
massive disadvantage.
I feel like he still needed a damage threshold because if you're gonna sacrifice like your tail side to do some damage, you're now no longer playing just for that small bit of damage. You're also playing for like damage to make up for missing a link or two on the tail.
That's true. You are removing parts of your chain, so you need to make sure that it's like really worth shooting for in the first place.
Yeah, and I think like 2 row initiation just is never worth.
Hmm.
And he's not that high up when people at least has minimum like 10.
Yeah, it's too hard to make up, I guess. Okay, so that's like maintain force. It didn't hit that threshold we've been talking about, and I don't know if it was early enough to warrant. Yeah, that was a bit weird.
Yeah, I starting to see like the importance of like why Saki aims for that threshold though.
Hmm.
I'm not like 100% like you must do rock, but it definitely has a lot more logistical sense in my head now about
Hmm.
like why I should be looking for this. Zero is it kind of like makes sense because you're so high up. Well, this kind of sucks though.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, you take that though. You take that.
Hmm. Weird.
Yeah, the attacks are definitely getting smaller, and I feel like they're both becoming detriments to both players. It's like it's a little bit of damage, it not be enough to be meaningful, so the other player sends back a smaller amount of resources that just trades back another 2 rows back
Mm-mm.
because they just can. Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
some
like
weird battles.
week 3.
That was very clever. Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
Hey, this is a good recovery. And
No
the kid's
green.
not ready. Okay. So people gain that dank advantage.
Yeah.
But even then it's like I feel like the people attacking first are starting to lose now, which is very weird.
So this is like an aggressive stance. Like that does not go into main chain.
Yeah. I guess the comfort zone is just force out main chain from the other player. Or like too much resource that you have to go into main chain. But is that worth it? Someone like people like right here raises. Was that worth it?
Uh, 55 is kind of hard to beat when like people's chain was like in a kind of weird spot. It relies on him like tailing really well, which he does do in general, but like that is just
Yeah.
like a weird shape.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah, if those red blues had linked that, it would have been so nasty.
Right.
Hmm. It's interesting now, so like the difference between Pipo and Saki, because I consider them like the same level. Pipo clearly much more heavy on the speed. And it's like
Yeah.
Saki, even if though they're like a slightly bit slower, I think their knowledge of like what damage they should be looking for is helping them out significantly.
Hmm. Okay.
Wow, we
Gosh. Okay.
oh
So, what did you do wrong exactly? I
I guess see it, but like not that strong.
I guess it's fine. Like it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
This is probably where it starts becoming unnecessary. Because
Yeah,
here's the
very weak
thing:
too.
if he had main chain now, Puyo might not have been able to beat the main chain because this is such an awkward shape. He's like wasting all of column one.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, again, this is the whole like free reset thing I'm talking about. Like this gives Puyo a chance to get a free reset in, and now you're dead. Oh.
Yeah. I feel like there's still a level of damage threshold you need to hit the top, it
Mm,
seems like.
hmm
Like at least minimum power too. The small two, 1 to 2 links were just not it to me.
I guess like the only time that you did that for two chain plus you want to hit like a damage threshold, whereas if you want to do an interrupt, you should just use a one chain because it's
Yeah,
fast. Like that's the moment you start doing like a two chain that sends like one line, it's like okay, you should have just done a one chain instead. It's way faster. You lose so much time by making it a two chain.
agreed. But what an intense round.
Hmm.
I'll use the bathroom real quick.
Go for it. Very interesting. It's nice being able to like go through and pick apart a lot of this like high level gameplay in this way. It's otherwise kind of like hard to follow the flow of the match because you see so many exchanges being made, but like it's hard to make sense of them, right? Because this is something that I've been talking about in the Western community a lot, but it's the idea that like we can trade blows the same way the JP players do, but our reasoning for it is way less developed. Like we know that, oh, if I trade blows here, maybe I can get a resource advantage, or like, we have general ideas. Like we have the gist of like we should do this to force main chain. Oh, if I hit them with this, then like I will like defeat them because they don't have their trigger ready. Like it's more simple minded, I suppose, right? Whereas the specificity that's coming out of like being able to analyze these matches, looking at things like where the attack timings happen, how long the attacks are, how much attack power is being used. I think it like helps clarify the I'd like to say that it clarifies the purpose and the intention of the attacks. Not 100%. We still don't know what they're going for exactly, but at least we can pick apart more of the objective parts, um, and start to like formulate our own ideas about them. Because even if it's not what these players are going for, it's things that we can add to our arsenal when we are looking to attack our opponents, right? And if we end up being wrong, or like being off the mark with what they were trying to go for, we will discover that when we do our own gameplay. If we test these things and it doesn't end up working, then we can just look at it and go, oh, like it seems my hypothesis was wrong. Okay, maybe let's see if we can come up with another explanation for why they were deciding to like attack in this way until we can finally hit the mark. So I'm getting a lot out of just like analyzing the way that these mid game back and forths are happening, because I feel like that's something that we are missing. It's not something that's like analyzed very often. So I'm hoping that doing more of this will help illuminate some of the mystery behind the spectacle that is mid game at JP levels. If you have any thoughts in chat, friends, feel free to shoot them our way. I'm just gonna drink some water.
All right, I exist again.
Well done.
Yeah, I feel like we've come to another interesting point where it kind of goes back to that speed and I'm gonna say practicality discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Because personally, I find Saki's approach more interesting than, let's say, People Nears at the moment.
Okay.
Because getting rid of that, like, Poyos you don't need to enable a second transition faster, I think is a lot more practical to execute compared to, like, People Nears just never split the Poyos.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like, Pupina's gameplay is always flashing really impressive, and you can see why he wins, but right now it's a little bit out of reach. His chaining style has always been kind of like that, where it's like it's easy to look up to him, but not easy to imitate what he's doing because he's just like had so much experience with chaining that like that's what allows him to do that in the first place, right? It's his immense like chaining knowledge. Whereas Saki's is more straightforward, and I think this is yeah, as you said, we can actually pick up stuff from the whole like making that second transition early and seeing what shapes he uses for it.
Yeah, and I think it makes the practicality of like fighting players much better if you can learn to do that second transition immediately, and kind of, I feel like it would just give a huge advantage on the Western side.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, so we'll see. I think this will probably be my last set, though.
Sounds good. I'm very confused about that. That was weird. Okay, so this is that thing we were talking about. Big two chain, Sons of Rock, boom, you win, right?
Yeah, because like the smallest just don't can't defend it. Like you only get rid of half of it, and it's like, oh, you're still taking 3 rows, and you just feel bad.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. If your attack sends 3 lines but then negate it, then it's only 1.5 lines or something, or like 1 line.
Yeah.
Rock's crazy. Okay, nice. Okay.
Okay.
Kunishan is now like right side
Interesting.
transition. Huh. What?
Ishipuni goes for like this very high extension.
Okay, that was probably like I think he's freaking out. He does not
Yeah.
look comfortable with this. Oh no.
This is the I've made a mistake. Oh god, yeah, this is so
Game
rough to extend now
over.
because you have to like split yellows.
Okay, no, that was just
Yeah,
a flounder. Oops.
that's pretty ugly. No way you get like 3 perfect yellows to fix that chain and then
Nah,
extend afterwards.
that's crazy.
The RNG would have to be insane.
Yep.
Okay. I do think it's funny that like the tail changes like from Saki. Like now it's a bit more higher, but he still uses the same basic four, right?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you'll end up with like 5 on his tail, but it seems like he tries to avoid it sometimes.
Mm.
At least where he can. Okay. Oh wait, you gotta wait. This could potentially be fat.
What is going on?
I feel like Saki's just like negate damage. Okay, cool. Damage negated. Now we just have to just slow him down to retain some board space.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. This is how you like slowly regain like from disadvantage state. Oh, there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
crazy.
god. The
That's so crazy.
wraparound,
My
insane.
gosh. He
I did
just
not
like
even read
crushes
that.
that. That's insane. 9 chain from that board space. Okay, now I need to like actually understand how they got there though. Like, so this round started with the usual.
Yeah, very standard. Saki maximizing the 4 Puyo so he can go into transition 2 faster.
Yeah. Interestingly, he doesn't opt to do that yet, but he has like this. Oh no, actually, that is a no. Right, he's doing his classic like really quick 2 chain.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I Oh, okay, this is interesting because I guess he's trying to punish the weak GTR form by just going all in early.
Yeah, so like there's two outcomes that happen if you do an early 2 chain, right? In the previous sets, we saw how he punished people for main chaining after he did the 2 chain. Because if you do the 2 chain and they main chain, you outchain them. But of course, the opponent can try responding. But I think unless you exactly match how much he did, you are probably using up too
Yeah,
many resources. Because that's the thing. If you
agreed.
attack at this stage of the board, if you end up with less resources than Saki right now, you just lose. And I
Hmm.
guess that's what happened here. It's like you can't outchain that. He got close. Oh, like no, it does send back, but like, hmm, fine. That's interesting. Good for
Yeah,
thought.
this is weird because like there's a lot of clearing going on for Saki too. Like he attacks and defends while trying to suffer this counter build.
Yeah,
I think for me this is like so far in advance, right? At first I think he's popping from the right side. It
yeah, me
just makes
too.
sense in my head, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, just set from here, right? He's actually setting up a second transition again. Classic. He's so good at this.
Yeah, I think he's clearing the reds or greens that touch, so he can use the red.
That's
But no,
so
it's actually just
weird.
this weird loop around. And I was built so far in advance with their reds. I don't know if anyone would ever read that easily.
Exactly. Wow, so efficient. He's so efficient. Pinchan's doing this like weird stuff again.
Hmm.
Wonder if Saki will punish or not. Okay, he is trying
Yeah.
to.
One of the bigger things we've seen from Saki too, like the five chain.
Yeah. I guess it's because it's like just really hard for Pinchan to do much though.
Also fair and then death.
Hey Flood, yeah, no, Saki's chaining is exceptional.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, now we're going to some weird Saki builds.
I think it's this thing, the
Yep.
Zabuton thing.
Yeah. Oh no, we're back to the no extra yellow on the
Yeah,
floor.
true. Yeah, that is efficient in that way.
So yeah, end up with a bunch of extra blues they can use on his tail later.
Yeah, boom,
Like there.
boom.
There's
And
gonna
he
be a
just like
huge
wins.
blue under.
Yeah, 6 in
The
your
fact
final
that
link is
like
huge.
agreed. But the fact that he can like see that far ahead though because he can build these certain kind of like priority in his build to know like just leave this out.
Yeah,
It's like
crazy.
crazy experience but also like wild in the sense that it almost feels unintuitive sometimes to be like, oh, I should just leave out a Puyo.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like I'm just so hung up on it because I'm just like, oh my God, this makes so much sense now and it's spelled out for me. Like I'm a fifth grader,
It's like,
but
oh, should be easy, but which way does the chain go? It's actually putting his transition on the left.
yeah.
Whoa, crazy.
There's some shrines of Void. Like Void used to do this giant floating L. We don't do it that much anymore. With
Weird.
hesitation?
Wait, did he mean to do that? I don't think he did.
I
I think he put it the wrong way.
think so.
Uh-oh. Thing is,
Some
Punji-chan
happy
isn't quite like
accidents.
capitalizing on this situation yet. He's taking too long to follow
Yeah,
up. Yeah, and now
it almost
like
feel like he
Saki's
didn't
down.
notice.
Maybe. Yeah, if he had
Only
like
a two. Oof.
hmm hmm. I guess Punji-chan isn't putting himself in like the best positions in the first place to even like follow up anyway. It seems like his chaining's a little shabby here. Don't know if that's like nerves or something, but they've just been a bit awkward.
Yeah, hard for me to say as well because I've been definitely focused on like trying to pick apart Saki's build
Yeah.
and like that build order. Oh, he's sleepy, dude. Someone put this guy to bed.
There it
Like
is.
now we're
Here's the
back to
rock. There it
geometry.
is.
He's that wrong. He's just dead. He's just dead.
That's it. He's
I didn't
so
even get
good
to
at
see how
that.
you would prioritize the larger red tail too, because he had like 9 red pointers on that one link towards the
Yeah.
end.
Jeez.
I think it is interesting that like the last 2 links on that tail were just 2 giant enders, like 9 red, 7 purple,
Yeah.
and then it was just everything else is all links get must be built on like the second floor, which I guess is like a good way to make sure your chain ends strong.
Yeah, 100%. Instead of it just being in the middle of your chain, because too many people like accidentally let that happen.
Yeah, but it's just so intense to like try and do that so much.
So what's interesting is that he isn't actually doing the whole second transition early for the past few rounds. I don't know if that's just like a comfort or I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
I think it depends on the queue.
It must, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like if you get the colors for it, you can do it. But if you just like have to like commit to like same color in that column 4 with a yellow on top and bottom,
Mm.
then I think it just stops the option for
Whoa.
that transition.
Whoa. Oh,
Oh, there you go. 14, insane.
nasty.
94 too.
I guess that was another like round of oh, I'm playing efficiently enough. I can just main chain because I didn't see a reason why he would just main chain that, but it must have just been like confidence.
Confidence and just like it's very hard to build a 14 chain on command, especially in a tournament set. When in like a
Yeah,
tournament environment where like you can't reset and you're also like trying to attack at the same time.
exactly, exactly. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant by confidence. Like when you have that big of a chain, you can be pretty like confident that you can just win off of it.
Okay, true, true, true. I think Saki was looking to attack, and there it is. Oh my god.
I believe in negated that much, but also that's good
Two
play.
rows. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, he's still kind of fucked.
Yeah, Pinisha is so hesitant.
Think he's over respecting the dig potential of Saki, or
Maybe. Oh, okay, huh? I didn't realize that that was going into main chain. Never mind. He had it all planned, I guess. Huh.
okay. Saki only spent 4 leaks, which is like not the worst.
But this is also like a massive chain, like 82k. That's like a 14
Yeah.
chain.
Saki got 5 links back though, so maybe it will lead to something.
8, 9, triple. Wow.
Not, yeah,
58k.
not even close. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was like really good because you got like 5 links out of that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's Pooty building weird and like very standard again from Saki.
Oh, that's so nasty.
Damn.
Okay. See, if you want to do a small attack, small, quote unquote, like 2 lines, you got a one chain.
Yeah, Thorn's pretty good. Saki has to start down to this, right? Like he can't just like keep letting them get away with like these smaller pokes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely starting to see, or I get the pretty strong feeling that their system for like the leaving out Poyos is definitely super Q dependent. Okay,
Okay,
and
so
they
now
didn't
he's
mind like.
like, wait, huh? Okay, I guess that was just like
Oh,
meant to follow up to force main chain, right? Oh, that's not main chain.
yeah,
Whoa. Jeez.
but it's okay. Oh my, so I just gonna poke him down because there's too much cover. Deviate the blue in a column
Yeah,
1 or 6
exactly.
in time.
It's impossible to get down there. Gee, okay, huh. That's such like crazy awareness.
Yeah, I definitely want to go into like official challenge after I sleep now and just like practice some of like the ways Saki's is built in.
Hmm.
I say for people new, just like get a better idea of the concept.
Yeah, some of the build decisions they're making are very illuminating. Oh, there's a second transition. It's a GTR. It's very easy to recognize because it's a GTR, but like it is there. It's ready. And now he's on the third floor. And he can just win now off of main chain
Yeah, look at
length.
this. If he wants to, he just uses this as an attack. Like he's debating those yellows.
Phoenix has also done a pretty good job of making sure that their chain was like open to oh, oh.
Oh
I wonder
my
if he wins off
god.
of like hmm. He still has a very reformable chain. That's the thing. It's so good. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Wowee, that's kind of scary.
That's really, really scary. If I saw my opponent reforming their chain like that, I would be shaking in my boots.
Yeah, Control Chain is like really hard to beat actually right now. It's
Hmm.
starred some.
This is a really nice second chain.
Yeah, oh
But
my god, actually just gonna beat it.
nasty
Damn.
AC. That like 1/8 at the very end was. Wait, 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 wait. That's so
I still,
nasty.
oh my god, it still makes it take 3 rows on top of the actual chain.
Mm,
I thought Puni was gonna be an advantage for that. Horrifying.
my goodness.
Okay. So the efficiency for Saki is still insane. The early second transition is like cooking as much as we thought it would.
Yeah. Oh, he's preparing for
What an
some. What?
insane.
Huh? Wait, he's preparing for it.
Yep. This build makes me uncomfortable though. I
Then
just want
again,
to,
Punichan is also like really weird build. Oh, okay. Nope, he didn't realize that Saki had main chain access because it's so hard to read.
Yeah, I would not read that easily at all either.
Ay, crazy.
Yes, this is the power of like being able to build like consistent L shapes like that too.
Yeah.
You can make so many backdoors. They know that weird raise like GTR.
Hmm.
I think there's a name for that form. I just don't remember it.
It might just be raised GTR.
Fair.
It could be.
Probably. I still am really liking the 2-3 start for the for the traditional GTR pieces.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that AB. I feel like they're just doing so many wonders. He's just full chain. Okay, man.
I feel like that would usually be disadvantageous because, as I said, this is where like Punichan should be able to outchain, right? Because it was a two chain,
Yeah,
so that wasn't much resource usage.
the disrespect's insane. I wonder if it's just like a call out attempt at like his efficiency. Be like, you just don't chain that well, so I can just do this.
Yeah, that's true. If that was a more efficient chain, then Punichan definitely would have won that. But yeah, interesting. Punichan can't use Saki's tricks against him. Hmm. That's the thing with these sorts of attacks as well. You have to recognize that we were talking about how like early two chain you win the game, right? No, only if you
Yep.
have the chaining ability to back it up.
Yeah, and it just really feels like Saki's chain ability has just been very high compared to the opponents we've been watching him play.
Yeah,
Like much
exceptionally.
higher, that is.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
nice. Because like they don't build the what was it? Puni is not building in advance. Gohan was not building that well in
yeah.
advance. This just feels like Saki has so much better understanding of how to use this.
For the
I
most
say as he
part.
gets hit. His job letting me commentator curse you.
Honestly. Well, okay.
I wonder. Okay, we're just gonna go straight into like this holy counter. Oh, okay, never mind. We're just gonna use it.
Interesting. Okay, that leaves it pretty even then.
What a worthless all clear round. That was like not even hype.
I think it was kind of funny.
Fair. Oh
Oh,
my god, look
second
at that.
transition.
It's already done. It's already done.
He's
The
ready
fact
to
that he
just
can
like.
build it so fast is crazy.
Wow,
I'm
that
remembering why I'm a
conversion.
Saki simp. It's
He's so good.
I oh god. Puni froze up so bad. This might just be over. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the end. Whoa, man. Ah, that's rough. They got close to getting the set too, but just they couldn't close it out
Yeah,
because like he's just that good.
yeah, I definitely want to try out these like attempt to build my second transition on my chain. Because this is a lot like this is another thing to note too is like Saki's mainly using this on like S shape forms, like they're not on U shape,
Yes,
right? 'Cause you need
exactly.
to go snake back and forth. So it makes me want to try it, just see like how easy it would be, and just like how
Um,
good it would be at the same time.
I think one of the most important things that you have to recognize is that if you're committing to doing second transition early, you have to also just like in your head, you need to tell yourself, oh, this is where my tail is going to end, so that I can start building my second transition on top.
Yep,
Because a lot of people they just build their tail and they just keep building it and building it and building it and building it, and it's like no, you need to like say to yourself, that is it, my tail is finished.
yep.
So at this
Yeah,
stage,
I think the other half is like this is almost like when your second transition is almost as like building your tail first kind of territory.
mm,
Yeah, I think it's so much harder to naturally envision for a lot of players.
for sure. Hold on one sec, I'm being cold. Ah.
Go for it. Just me and you once again, chat. I want to go to bed soon, but I feel like I have like good things to practice, good points of references.
Okay, so I'm being called out for dinner, but perfect timing again, I guess. Like, we're just that good. Um,
We're pretty good at this review stuff,
right?
honestly.
We're so big brain. Thanks as always for joining me for this. This has been a really, really insightful set of like review sessions, like all through these. I think we got like a bunch of different things that we got to
Yeah,
take away, which is awesome.
technically four total
Oh yeah,
because
true.
you
Off-stream
did
one.
your private one. I can't play
Yes.
more than two links in advance when chaining. It's very hard to like make a very strong three on
Yeah.
like command on top of a chain. I think you just get to that through just doing it like in practice, like just being like, I have to do this, I have to learn it, I have to do it.
Yep. Pretty much. Pretty
Uh,
much.
Definitely recommend setting the game speed to like 50 and like doing a bunch of pausing so you can practice it.
Yep. I would recommend that too.
Um,
All right, friends. I need to head off for now. Yeah, no, thanks for coming along. We'll be doing more reviews in general, but
yep.
that is going to be it for now. I will be back later tonight with something. I don't know if we'll figure it out. You'll see a stream ping. Thanks, Riley, as always, for coming along. Hope you have a wonderful night.
I hope you have a wonderful night too. Enjoy your food, and I am going to go to bed and debate if I'm going to enter a carbuncle corner tomorrow.
Certainly sounds good. All right, for now, as always, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and night. Love you guys, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for
Good
now.
night. Bye bye.